that Phil Collins?
Yeah.
Another Day in Paradise?
Yeah. I forgot that part there at the whole,
Dude, that intro.
I forgot that was even in the song.
Man.
I just kept hearing, the whole. And I was like, oh, that's a song by Phil Collins. Let's try that one. And I forgot all about the intro part.
Dude, that's one of those songs that if I'm shuffling or just, I don't skip.
Phil Collins.
Love that song so much.
What's it called again?
Another Day in Paradise.
Another Day in Paradise.
Pretty sure that's what it's called.
Yep, I think so.
Okay. Hey everybody, welcome back to Great Measures. My name is Richard. This is Judson.
Great Measures.
We're going to move along to quite the stark contrast from Phil Collins to Deicide.
Okay. You laugh, but I don't even know it.
Oh, no, you don't. I know you don't. They do. Song is called Dead by Dawn.
Dead by Dawn.
Mm-hmm. That's all I'm giving you.
Well, let's listen to it then.
All right, let's do it. This is Dead by Dawn by Deicide. Ready to roll?
Proceed, Richard.
This is not real. I am not the chosen one, trapped in a spell of an economic
So Deicide is one of the staples of early Florida death metal. This album came out in 1990. Deicide was formed in, I think, 87 as a band called Carnage, and then they transferred the name to a band called, the name was Amon, and then in 89, I think they became Deicide. Deicide, so the vocalist and the bassist, he does both, vocals and bass. His name's Glenn Benton, and he explains that it's to kill God is Deicide,
Sure.
and it's very anti-Christian terms. This is a part of Scott Burns being the producer. It's, I think it's called Morris Sound Studios. A lot of those Florida death metal, that this era in particular, were done in that it's a very legendary studio in that span of time, in that specific genre, in that specific region. And it's a self-titled album, Deicide. Pretty much one of the early death metal staples. It's like, it's if you equate it to the thrash world, it would be like Rust in Peace or Master of Puppets. Not saying that it's, not comparing the two, but I'm saying it's of that level in that, you know what I mean?
So this is just considered death metal?
Just death metal.
Okay.
How bad did you hate it?
So, do you know how, or do you ever see movies when it might be set in the Middle East, or either way, there'll be some subject matter that has to do with someone caught by Americans and they're put in black sites or something like
form
that.
Of torture.
And then they
That's how
play
this is.
metal.
This is what you imagine.
That's what I imagine they play to the prisoners.
It's so funny because the face you made during the Dead by Dawn, Dead by Dawn, I was like, he is going to absolutely despise that part. And then the growling and the possession sounding stuff underneath, you know.
Yeah, I mean, I really enjoyed the second guitar solo.
Okay.
Because it's just chaotic, and it wasn't fast the whole time, and it was bending some notes and just dissonant sounds. I would like that guitar. You could play that guitar solo over a rock song, and I would still dig it.
Okay.
You know?
A lot of double bass, but you don't like.
The whole time.
Yeah.
Right? They had it the whole time.
Yeah. Emphasis on a lot.
Yeah. I did. The growling
so
just seems
before
ridiculous.
we get into the lyrics, I will give you the growling, and this is how I interpret it, and I don't know that I've ever seen anybody from the band ever say this. Lyrically, the song is inspired by the Bruce Campbell, Raimi, Evil Dead stuff. Book of the Dead. I think in particular this one, I think from what I've seen, this one was Evil Dead 2. And that sound underneath, that growling sound, is pretty prevalent throughout that canon of movies or whatever you want to call it.
Yeah, but
I know it's not.
Sounds dumb in the song.
Sure. Yeah, I figured that.
And I mean, it was definitely a high energy song that had its own, it had sort of a cool shuffle to it, you know.
Yeah.
You know, the way the guitars were doing their riff. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That's cool. You know, I can see that. You know, I'm not saying this doesn't take musicianship. I'm not downplaying.
Sure, I know what you mean.
The ability that it must take to play this.
Yeah.
Kind of music.
Kind
of terrible,
I think that's
torturous
understood.
music.
I not once did I listen to this song, or have I listened to this song and thought about showing it to you and gone, Judson's going to think this is very simple.
No. But
I did imagine your ears bleeding when you took your headphones off, though.
Well, that's probably what they want too, right?
Yeah, I can see that.
Deicide, those guys, they still play music?
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
I
Coming up on 40 years.
wow. God's still isn't dead yet, huh?
They haven't killed him yet. They're trying, though.
The first guitar solo was, I liked how it comes in, you know, with the and kind of both of them do.
Yeah.
To where you can't even almost tell. There's just a noise that's kind of coming through, and you don't know that it's a guitar. I really thought that was interesting and sort of intriguing. Like it brings you into the.
And that may be because the guitarists are brothers. It's two guitarists. They're both brothers, Eric and Brian Hoffman.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. So, you know, you say they started out similarly. It may just.
Well, I just like the effect that they did it that way.
Yeah.
You know, just the crescendo of one note and then into the craziness.
Yeah.
The guitar solo, if there wasn't the second guitar solo in this,
You'd have been out.
I'd have it has no redeeming qualities at all to me.
I don't expect you to like everything, and that's what I appreciate about doing this.
Sure. I'm just being honest.
If you ever come across somebody in your life till the day you die that says, "Have you ever heard the song Dead by Dawn by Deicide?" You can now say yes.
I have.
Yeah.
Yes, I have.
I have, and I hated it.
I have, and I have PTSD because of it. You know? I mean, that's really what I thought, was this must be what they play at Abu Ghraib.
Sure, yeah, I can see that.
Abu Ghraib, however you pronounce it. Or somewhere, just on repeat.
Yeah.
Or the whole album. Whole album sound like this?
Yeah. Yeah, they don't change a lot over the years.
No?
No. I mean, they do, you know, some different things, but this is their formula.
I mean, I can still appreciate this and call it music.
Yeah.
I'm not saying it's not music or anything.
Sure.
It's just bad music.
It's just not for you.
Yeah. So the Necronomicon is a book.
Mm-hmm. It's the Book of the Dead.
Well,
in the Evil Dead series, it is.
yeah. Mm-hmm. Well, there is a book. There is an actual book that is said to have spells in it. It's supposedly written on pages of human flesh.
Okay.
That's said to exist. It's a very evil thing, and you can summon spirits and cast spells and all this.
Yeah.
But
have you ever seen those movies?
Yeah, a long time ago. But
very culty.
Yeah, I like Bruce Campbell.
Yeah, shout out to Bruce Campbell, by the way. Just announced that he got diagnosed with cancer a couple of days ago.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
He made a pretty cool post. It's on his social media about the diagnosis and being a man and gonna do what he can to fight through it. And the
wow,
prognosis, I think, was pretty decent. But
wow, that's
so
yeah. Shout out.
Prayers up to Bruce Campbell.
Yeah, but it seems like the lyrics are just that, just basically saying they're gonna cast a spell out of this book to kill somebody, but you'll be dead by dawn.
Dead by dawn. Dead by dawn.
It's almost, you know, it's almost. I mean, it's comical. It's comical.
Mm.
I mean, the Evil Dead are supposed to be funny.
Yeah. There's a lot of humor in there. So,
I would think making a song. I mean, it's hard to not. It's hard to not take it less serious because it's in reference to that.
Sure. Yeah, you asked earlier if this is kind of what Deicide does, and it's funny you asked that because when I listen to this song and I think eventually I'm going to show this to Judson because I wanted this song to be your introduction to the band because it's so much, so abrasive, and I knew you would absolutely despise it.
I do.
But I start thinking, okay, well, what am I going to hit him with next by Deicide? And it's really hard for me to come up with something because you have such an issue, or not such an issue, but you have an issue with the constant double bass.
I'll listen to whatever. I'm just going to talk about it.
I know you will, yeah. And that's what I'm here for. Like, that's why you and I don't have the same ears as far as what I enjoy and what you enjoy are polar opposites.
That is correct.
But I want to hear your take because your ears hear things that mine don't.
Yeah.
And that's more of a broader, painting of the picture. But
it's an interesting song. I can give them that. It's interesting. It always amazes me that some people can get together and write this kind of stuff.
Yeah.
And play it. And then the next song, they come up with another one that's like it, and they come up with another. It's just...
And have a 40-year career afterwards.
Crazy. Absolutely crazy.
A lot of sickos out there.
A lot of crazies out there. Like, I have a right to be calling people crazies. But, just we're all different kind of crazies.
Yeah, for sure.
They're just all cut from the same crazy cloth, man.
For sure.
Deicide.
Deicide.
Well, I wish them well, and sure they're great guys. But the song is torturous. The song was torturous.
It's over now.
It's over now. Yeah, well, cool. You're a big fan of Deicide?
I am, yeah. Yeah, I am.
Cool. Well, another shout out to Bruce Campbell.
Yeah, shout out to Bruce Campbell. Stay strong, buddy.
Yeah, that's a bummer, but maybe not.
Yeah.
Maybe not.
Thanks for watching, everybody. We are Great Measures. My name is Richard. This is Judson. That was Dead by Dawn by Deicide.
Great Measures.
Have a wonderful day, everybody.